Thank you. Thank you. I had been playing career roulette my entire life, and I didn't even know it. Until one morning, my luck runs out when my boss calls me into his office. John, we have to make a change. I must have done what dogs do when they're confused, because while he's talking about a reorganization and how I need to find a new role, all I could think about is why and what will I tell my wife? Maybe you've gone through something similar or know someone who has. A reorganization or a layoff, a bad performance review, or a bad boss. You could feel helpless, like a victim. It motivated me to try and find a better way, a way that you could make your own luck instead of relying on somebody else to make it for you. Now, some people seem to work this way naturally, like my friend and colleague Anne-Marie. In college, she was one of only 3 young women studying math and computer science, so she cared about the lack of diversity in technology. At 23, she attends a Grace Hopper conference, and there she learns that the lack of diversity is even more widespread than she even imagined. So she decides to do something, and the way she goes about it embodies the very elements of how you make your own luck. She starts by thinking of ways she can contribute. Things like organizing events to raise awareness, a hackathon. Then she makes her ideas visible via her blog and immediately begins building relationships with people doing related work. For her first event, she raises enough money to serve pancakes, and 20 girls show up. And so do 20 people from a range of organizations that had heard about it via social media. Then Anne-Marie does another event, and another one. She keeps experimenting and learning along the way, getting better at things like fundraising and corporate partnerships and press coverage. Each contribution that she makes is like a pebble in a pond, rippling out and bringing her into contact with more people and possibilities. Those possibilities lead her to Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen. It leads to the TEDx stage in Barcelona. It leads to a movement, stemets.org, that has helped thousands of young women in 3 years and has become Anne-Marie's full-time job. It's taken her to meet the Prime Minister where she's holding her own. Now, this is a woman who's half my age, and we were sitting in the same team in the same big company, right? How does she do it? Well, her approach led to the purposeful discovery of opportunities that none of us could have imagined. Working out loud is the phrase I use to capture that approach and those elements. Building meaningful relationships based on generosity and shared purpose, having a growth mindset, leveraging modern ways to reach and engage people. Combined, those elements are like a superpower, but it's one that most people don't know they have or aren't comfortable using. I wanted to help more people use that superpower. So I started researching behavior change, and I began coaching people, and I wrote hundreds of blog posts and ultimately a book. And after several years of experiments, I created something that made a difference, and it's this. It's a Working Out Loud circle. It's just a small, trusted peer support group that meets for an hour a week for 12 weeks. Anne-Marie was in the first one in London. And I published free circle guides that describe small steps you take each week and can help you develop the habit of working out loud. And it's easy, and it can even be fun. I mean, look at these beautiful smiles. They even took the first circle selfie. Now, you might join a circle for different reasons. Maybe you feel stuck, or you want more access to opportunities. Or maybe you're trying to get better at something, or you simply want to explore something new in your life. That was the case for Mari, a piano teacher in New York City. Now, Mari loves teaching, and she does an extraordinary job with young kids. But seeing the same students and parents each week could make her world feel a little small. So she joined a circle. Now, in week 1 of a circle, you start by writing down a goal, something you can make progress towards in 12 weeks. Mari wanted to compose more, to have other people hear her own music. Next, you list people related to that goal. So she began with people she remembered from music school. And then she plays internet detective, searching for people that might be interested in her music. And that's how she discovers, for example, independent filmmakers who might need scores for their films. The rest of the guides walk you through ways you can contribute to those people to deepen the relationship. Now, Mari may not have been ready to write a blog like Anne-Marie or start a YouTube channel, but following the guide, she started to reconnect with people she had lost touch with since school. She started following new people online. And after several weeks, with the support and encouragement of her circle, she mustered up the courage to reach out to a particular film director sharing something she composed. And I happened to be with Mari when that director replied, saying she'd like to collaborate. Mari lit up. It was like something inside her was unlocked. "You made my world bigger," she told me. But it wasn't me. She did it herself with the help of a small, trusted group of people. Circles have spread to 16 countries so far. And I think the reason for that is Working Out Loud taps into our basic needs for a bit more control, for getting better at things, for connecting to other people and to a purpose bigger than ourselves. The circles and those meetings made it all easier to practice, made it feel more human. Early adopters started to spread circles inside organizations, which surprised me. Bosch, for example, is a huge corporation that's looking to become more agile, more connected. A small team there adapted the guides, heroically translates my writing into German, and begins with just a few circles, and then a few dozen, and then a few dozen more, and they keep on spreading. And the people in circles there say, this is helping us individually and also helping the firm. So now we're collaborating on ways to adapt it and spread the benefits even further. I didn't set out to make a movement. It's still early. I just had a blog and a desire to make work better somehow, to make people feel better. I would try some experiments, share what worked and didn't work, and the feedback on that led to new relationships. Those relationships shaped my thinking and my work. They shaped me. And over time, some of those relationships became friendships, and a community developed. So if Working Out Loud does become a movement, it'll be because of the people in that community. The people who care enough to create beautiful custom artwork. The people who say to me, I feel more empowered now and want to share that feeling with somebody else. The people who are spreading circles and adapting the practice now for schools and humanitarian organizations. All of those people are making some kind of a difference. Is there a difference that you're trying to make in your life? Or in the world? Maybe like Mari, you're just looking for the confidence to voice a goal and take steps towards it. Or like Anne-Marie, to discover your passion and your purpose and build your own movement. The elements I talked about are important, but they're not enough. The key is to put those elements into practice so that over time, it becomes a habit and a mindset. Later this month, Anne-Marie and I will form a new circle, together this time. It'll be her third and it'll be my eighth. And the reason we keep joining them is because the structure and the shared accountability and support help us make progress towards goals we care about and feel better while we do it. The steps that you take with feedback and peer support, the meaningful relationships that you build based on generosity and shared purpose will make your world bigger and help unlock the music inside you. I wish you well. Thank you.